Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by expressing my absolute delight at being back here in St. Kitts for purposes of this launch. It seemed like only yesterday that we were at Greenlands Park, bringing life to something called Team Unity that so many people said was impossible. For the first time in the history of this country, political parties with different viewpoints, even persons who had hitherto been opposed to each other, came together in unity. And since that time, we have succeeded even beyond our wildest imaginations in transforming the country of St. Kitts and Nevis. They said it wouldn't last, they said it couldn't happen, but unity not only happened, it has lasted and it has grown even stronger. Now we have come over from Nevis this evening, just as we did those years ago at Greenlands Park, to indicate to the good people of St. Kitts and to the wider Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis that we of the Concerned Citizens Movement are as committed now as we were then to this unity administration. It is important for us not to turn back now. It is important for us to keep the momentum that this unity administration has had. And ladies and gentlemen, let us be honest with ourselves. Let us be fair in our analysis and our assessment. On any standard, using any yardstick, unity has been a tremendous success for St. Kitts and Nevis. Whether it is the issue of crime, whether it is the economy, whether it is the relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis, whether it is in our foreign affairs and our restoration of the good and decent name of St. Kitts and Nevis, on any analysis using any yardstick, in 5 short years, Team Unity has transformed the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I would want, in my short time here at the podium, to express my gratitude to the Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, for his leadership, and to all of our colleagues who have, through thick and thin, maintained the course, stayed the course in the cause of unity. And that is why we have been able to prove the naysayers wrong. That is why we have been able to maintain our position and to lead this country in such a way that the people of our nation are better off today than they were yesterday. I have not come tonight to talk about the past, because I believe that we ought to let the dead bury the dead. So it is not for me to talk about Labour and NRP. If you are ahead in the race, no need to look back. We are now concerned about the next term for unity and what it is we shall seek to do for the people of this country, to continue to elevate our young people, to continue to create jobs, to continue to grow the economy, to continue to control crime and criminality, to continue to give our people hope. And when I say our people, I mean all of our people, the people in Nevis as well as the people in St. Kitts. The young boy from Gingerland, I've always said, must have the same aspirations as the young boy from Keon or Tabernacle. He or she must know that they can achieve anything they wish to achieve because St. Kitts and Nevis has provided for them the necessary environment for them to do so. And so what we are doing is not for us. It's not for us. When I came in Greenlands, I could have described myself as a young man. I can't do so anymore. And you will see from my beard I've grown gray in the last few years. But we are here doing something for the next generation and for the generation after that, to ensure, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a better St. Christopher and Nevis, a better country, something that we all can be proud of, and something that we can leave to the next generation and the generation after that they too will be proud of and have something that they can build on. And so we are going into an election. My message has always been simple. And I have done many elections since I entered politics in 2006. Indeed, I was smiling the other day while talking to someone, and I said, Dr. Harris has been in the parliament for so long. He's a senior parliamentarian, but he and I have almost done the same number of elections. And when they asked me how many Vance has done, I said, well, I can't count. Because as you know, in Nevis, we have the local and we have the federal. And we even have sometimes by-elections when we catch people thief in election and have to go to the court and turn it back. So, my message has always been simple during an election. That the rallies are good, the crowds are good, although now we are going virtually. But at the end of the day, what matters is for people to go out and vote. For you to go out and vote, and to ensure that your neighbors go out and vote, that your friends go out and vote, and that each and every one of you becomes an agent for the party and for Team Unity to ensure that when on election day the votes are tallied, that it's Team Unity again. On the last occasion, I made bold to say that when we come, we would have 9, 10, and 11. And that with those 3 seats, I was dependent then on the other members of Team Unity to do the rest. Well, we fell short in number 11 by a mere 92 votes. But I can assure you that we have it covered this time. And so, Honorable Prime Minister, colleagues, I believe that Nevis will do its part, and that the Concerned Citizens Movement will do its part, and that we will come with 9, 10, and 11, and we will leave it to you to get the rest 8. That must be our objective, because I am certain that even the good people of St. Paul's must be looking at the new, young, fresh candidate and saying that they prefer him to what was. And as I said, I'm not here tonight to help bury the dead. I'm not an undertaker. I am speaking about the future, not the past. And what you see up here is the best team for St. Kitts and Nevis to take this country forward. The best team. And I'm not just saying it's the best team because I have a mouth to talk. I'm saying it's the best team based on the record. Because the record is there. And as foreign minister, I travel. I go to meetings around the world, and many people continue to ask, how are you getting this done in a little country like St. Kitts and Nevis? How have you been able to transform the situation in relation to crime? How have you been able to grow the economy to one of the best in our region? How were you able to retire IMF debt as you did in such a short time? How it is that you get surplus after surplus after surplus. Indeed, someone told me in the lexicon of the Caribbean there's no such word as surplus, only in St. Kitts and Nevis. How is it we are managing that? How is it we now have the strongest passport in the Eastern Caribbean and the second strongest in the entire region? How is it we have restored the good name of St. Christopher and Nevis? Because we know where we met it. And my only answer is, through the grace of God and good management by this government. That has been the reality. And I believe when people go out to vote, you should bear in mind where we were and compare it to where we now are. Because the only place left for us to go is upwards and onwards and forwards with Team Unity. If you want a stronger, better future, then the only way to secure that for us is through Team Unity. People's Action Movement, People's Labour Party, and the blue team from Nevis, the Concerned Citizens Movement. That is the combination. It came together 5 years ago. People say it was impossible, but look at us now. Stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. More united than ever. And moving forward together to take this country to higher heights. That is what we're seeking to do, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I do not propose to overstay my welcome. I recognize that we have other speakers. We have the man from SP. He said we are the best B. We have the Honorable Prime Minister who will come. But I thought it important to lend my voice as the leader of the Concerned Citizens Movement. But also to pay homage to the Honorable Vance Winkworth Amry. He was the man who was there, the foundation on which we of the CCM now stand. And I want to pay homage to him. And I say so all the time. You know why? Very few people at the pinnacle of power, at the height of popularity, are willing to pass the mantle to someone else. And he passed the mantle, and I have taken the mantle of leader, and now he has passed the mantle. And Eric Evelyn in number 10, they call him the mayor of Hanley's Road. Eric Evelyn will win in number 10. And so, my friends, I have come with a simple message to say that it is team unity again. For another 5 years, it is team unity again. Because when we came 5 years ago, you know what we asked you? We asked you to put your trust in us, to give us a chance. Now we have come this time to say, you have seen us at work. Give us another opportunity to continue the work that we started. Do not turn back the clock, because all of you know what was. Let us not go back. We are seeking to go forward. And the only team in this country that can take us forward is Team Unity. In Nevis, CCM is running against people over there. We don't even know who. Election has been announced, and they can't find candidates. That is perhaps as it should be. But it strengthens my voice and my hand when I say that when we come down to Bastille, after Election Day, we'll be coming with 9, 10, and 11. And this time, I believe that that prediction will be accurate. And that is what we are seeing. Election has been announced to do, and they can't find candidates. That is perhaps as it should be. But it strengthens. You know, when you're going virtually, these things will happen sometimes. And I just want to continue where I was to say that I'm confident that we will be taking this election and we will be moving forward. Because when 5 years ago we asked you to take a leap of faith with us, this time we're asking you to look at our record and to compare that record of only 5 years to what you would have seen for 4 times that. 20 years compared to 5. You know, sometimes I hear those who were there, those who had the opportunity to run this country, and you hear them talk sometimes, and you would think that Team Unity has also had 20 years. The reality, though, is we've had 5 years. And look at the transformation. Look at the transformation in St. Kitts. Others perhaps will talk about that. New cruise pier, new roads, new buildings, new housing. Look at the transformation in Nevis. You know, in my own constituency, we have something that they call a Mondo truck. Poor me at my age didn't even know what Mondo was. But the young people in Nevis, now I see them using that truck, and I am confident that because of that investment through Team Unity, that we will have some Olympians emerging from Nevis. That is what it's about, building people, developing people, creating a world that is better than we met it. And that is what Team Unity has been able to do. Effectively, no set of noise and confusion. 5 years. Compare that to 20. And you will see that in 5 years we've already done more than has been accomplished or had been accomplished in 20. We have moved this country forward, and I'm proud when I go. You know, I will share a little joke with you. Well, perhaps it's not a joke, a little anecdote. I met someone, I hope he doesn't mind. I won't call his name, but he's from Jamaica. And he said to me that he had been here long enough, he now has a St. Kitts Nevis passport, having qualified to be a citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis. And he said to me the sense of pride that he felt that when he visited England and he showed them his passport at Gatwick, they just stamp it and tell him, go about your business. He didn't have any money in his suitcase, so he wasn't detained. Went about his business. And he said to me how proud he felt to be a Kittitian and division, having acquired our citizenship, that he could waltz into England. Just today I was reminded by someone that if you are American, the most powerful country in the world, you need a visa to go to Russia. But if you come from St. Kitts Nevis, you don't need any visa to go to Russia. That is the thinking that has informed what we do to make things better for our people. And the pride that I feel, ladies and gentlemen, when I look at my passport, when I look at my flag, when I listen to my anthem, when I hear the Prime Minister speak at the United Nations, I hear any of us representing this country and see and feel the admiration that comes from the rest of the Caribbean for this little country, the smallest of them all. But the Bible said a child shall lead them. And perhaps in that context, the smallest of the region continues to lead this Caribbean region. And we must be truly proud to be Kittitians and Nevisians at this time in our history. I will speak just for a few more moments to speak about the COVID pandemic. And ladies and gentlemen, this has tested countries far larger, far richer, far more powerful than St. Kitts and Nevis. It has tested every country in the world. And St. Kitts and Nevis have weathered this storm admirably thus far. I know it has been difficult. One lady called me one day. She said she's tired of being home, tired of being in her bed. She wants to go out. I know it has been difficult thus far. And I know that difficult times still lie ahead. But through the grace of God and through good leadership, putting the right teams in place, setting the right tone, being calm, being sensible, being composed, not given to panic, the country has come through in flying colors to the point where, as we are here tonight, we can say that there are no active cases of COVID in the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. To God be the glory. We give him praise. We give him the honor. But we must also recognize that with the wrong leadership, we could have had different results. But you had the right leadership, the right tone. Sometimes I'm in Nevis and I'm saying to myself, this man Timothy Harris don't sleep. He's on every radio show, every TV show. But that was what the situation demanded. That leaders rose to the occasion to deal effectively with this unseen threat that, if not addressed, could have destroyed St. Kitts and Nevis. And so I said to you, when you go out to vote, vote for good leadership. Leadership matters. Vote for good leadership because you saw it on display during this COVID-19 pandemic. And you saw it on display in a way that you did not see elsewhere. That countries far richer, far better resourced could not do what we were able to do here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so I ask you to stay the course, because if there was a test like COVID, when others were here, we know not what would have happened. But COVID came at a time when we were imbued in this country with the best leadership that the country had to offer. And that is why we were able and are able today to say that St. Kitts and Nevis has no active cases. It was difficult, and it's going to be difficult. But I think with the grace of God, and with the leadership that we have, and the leadership that I'm asking the people of St. Kitts and Nevis to keep in place, that we will continue to progress onwards. Calm, sensible, sober leadership. It would have been easy to panic. It would have been easy to throw your hands in the air and say, I don't know what to do. The sky is falling like Chicken Little. But we did not do that. We stayed the course. And here we are today. And you must think about that when you go to vote. You must think about all of these things, because it could have been a different story if we did not have the right kind of leadership. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there will be other occasions. I am thankful that I've been given the opportunity to be here. I am trusting that all those who are logged on, those at home and those overseas, are going to support this unity government and all 11 candidates that we have on offer. People's Action Movement, the People's Labour Party, and the Concerned Citizens Movement. That's the team that has delivered, and that's the team that will continue to deliver for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you, good night, and God bless you.